Hello, Ellen.
Hello,
It
Henning.
is a wonderful opportunity that I have today to talk with you about the experiences you made the last years. And if I remember it correctly, it started some 7 years ago when you learned a very special news together with a visit at your doctor's. Do you remember that day?
Yes, I remember that day. I remember it was about 7 years ago when I got a relapse in my breast, and I felt very hopeless at that moment, and found my way to you and to Christian to find a way out of the cancer. And I had my doubts about the traditional treatments.
What treatments were you offered?
It was the chemotherapy and radiation. And in the end, first of all, the radical operation.
Yeah.
And
Mastectomy.
yes, a mastectomy, and afterwards radiation, and then chemo. And what was sure, the doctors told me, if you don't do this, you will die immediately. Or within half a year. It was not a quite nice scenario, but I had my doubts about this way. And so I decided to find a different and a way which would help me to keep my life and to keep the quality of my life. And
Do you remember how you felt that very moment when the treatments were presented to you? This is it, and if you don't do that, you will die within the next months or year?
it was like a, let me say, it was like a deep, deep black hole without any button. There was no bottom, there was nothing, there was no light. It was just falling down without any perspective, in no way. It was just one big no about this. In this black hole, it was a no, no, no. That was all, and I remember my heartbeat, my fears, and this deep feeling of hopelessness.
So if you look back to those 6.5 years, do you remember certain experiences that were especially important for you, that changed your life, or that showed you something you didn't know before?
Let me say, yes, first of all, was to learn that not to be a victim of cancer and not to feel victimized by this challenge, and to get the opportunity to be the author of the own life and to take responsibility for every decision I have to take. And this was completely new for me. Till this cancer diagnosis, I lived my life as it just happened in some way. But with this challenge and when you know life ends, you have the question, how do I want to live? And to take this responsibility and to say, yes, I want to do it this way, this was completely new in my life. To get a good consciousness of myself and about what I want, and in addition to that, what I don't want.
So what changed in your life?
Oh, everything. Everything changed. First of all, my profession changed. I was used to working as a teacher. As I thought to this moment, I thought, I do a very good job and I love it. But at that moment when I had to ask, how do I want to live for the next 5 years? I said, I don't want to do this in this way. And so I stopped working as a teacher. And this completely changed my life, because I moved from a small flat into a bigger one, now live together with people. I completely changed how my food,
Your diet, you
my
choosing
diet,
your
and this really was helpful, or is till today's.
In short terms, what is your healthy diet about? What did you find as your new healthy diet?
Now I avoid everything what has to do with sugar, everything that has to do with this convenient food. I prefer fruit, vegetables, not so much meat, and everything very fresh, prepared. This is low carb.
Yeah,
Low
low carb is
carb.
the key word.
Low carb. I started moving more than ever before in my life, and I work now free, without any I don't have to be at 8 o'clock at school with 30 children. Now I work free for me, and found a way how to deal as well with my health and with my life from morning to evening. And this is really a
Sounds like
big
you.
step.
Yeah, sounds like you take responsibility for your life in a way that you
Yes.
never did before.
Yes.
How does that feel?
It feels very, very good, and I got a very direct way to my, yes, what do I say, to my inner voice,
Your intuition.
my intuition, and to my, yes, sort of my heart, which is a good friend, or became a good friend in my life. And this changing moment, which the cancer came as a catastrophe into my life, and turned it into a life that I say, yes, this is the way I want to live. This is what cancer did with me.
And you expressed your experiences in a very special way. And maybe you want to say a few words about
Yes.
the book you have in your lab.
Yes, I can show this one book. It is from Cancer to Change. It was in a moment in my life when I felt very sad about cancer. And I reduced all these expressive words into one word, into cancer, and this word opened a space behind its meaning. And this is chapter 1. It is called, I walked down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. But you find a way out. You find this big, big door to the next room.
Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am, and it is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street.
And this is what I did in the cancer. And this is the way out to the crisis, or out of all crises you face in your life. In my life, it was the cancer. In other lives, you have got other challenges. But thanks God, I'm sitting here now.
And are there any parts in your body that you are aware of that still carry that disease? Is there any cancer left that you are aware of?
No. No relapses and nothing. And what I'm very proud of it, or very happy about, that I refused this chemotherapy and as well as radiation. I just had operation, and then I had the support about hypothermia and in the local and whole body hypothermia, which I got here in combination with this artisanate infusion. And that's the medical. It was the medical treatment. That was all.
Yeah.
That was all.
A non-toxic treatment.
Non-toxic treatment. And
how did you feel while you were getting the infusions with artesunate and the hypothermia treatments?
During the whole body hypothermia, it was quite hot. But the other treatment, it happened, and then I went home and it was done. Nothing that I felt, oh, I had treatment or something like that. Nothing.
No mentionable side effects?
No. Nothing.
Thank you.
Went swimming after treatment sometimes.
Treatment. Thank you very much.
Oh, welcome. And thank you very much for all this guidance through all these long and healthy years. Thank you, Henning.
Thank you.